Come on then. Come on then. Yeah, you're alright. How beautiful is this place? You've probably worked out that we're not on the boat. It's been my birthday, so we've come down to Devon for a few days, and what do narrowboaters do when they come on holiday? They find themselves a little off-grid cabin that is even smaller than the boat which they live in. But you know what? For that view alone, it's just absolutely stunning. Honestly, the last couple of days I've just spent hours staring at that. It's absolutely breathtaking. We thought for this week's video we would do a little Q&A. So a couple of weeks ago we put a community post up just to see if you've got any questions about, you know, boat life, our channel, about me, about Gabby, about Joe, about Tilly, and your responses were absolutely amazing. So we thought what we'll do this week is have a little sit down around the fire pit, do a little bit of cooking, and try and answer as many of your questions as we can, which should be really good fun. But before we do that, shall we have a little look around this little cabin? So this is it. It's not the biggest place in the world. It's proper cozy. It's got a real cabin feel to it. I just really love it. I love tiny space living, and yeah, this place is really, it's so beautiful, and they've done it so well. So you've got like a little kitchen area over here with your sink and your gas hob, little fridge in there. So perfect for cooking like basic meals. And then through this door, you've got your bathroom. I hope we've cleaned up in here. With a flushing loo, so one up on the compost loo that we've got on the boat. Really good shower over there. Again, not like the biggest bathroom, but I mean, how long do you really spend in there? Don't answer that question. And then in this bit, the sort of main part of the cabin, you've got like a nice table, wood burner that we've not been using because it is boiling at the moment. It's the end of July, and yeah, temperatures have been getting up to like 31 degrees. It does get very hot in here. Joe's travel cot, and then the bed down there. And the best thing about the bed is you get to lie here, and when you wake up, oh hang on, it's got really bright. And when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you see is that view of my lovely feet. No, out the window. So the bed is possibly one of my favourite areas in this little hut, but there's also something outside I gotta show you, so yeah, come on. I know it's a bit bougie, but an outdoor bathtub. I'm not sure we could get away with that on the towpath, but here, I mean, you don't mind being starkers outdoors. Right, that fire pit is starting to burn down nicely, so I'm gonna pop the grill on it and then get some food cooking, and let's get into the Q&A. Oh, we need the tongue.
And then let's get the picture. Questions for Dad. Right, you ready for your first question?
Oh, we're going straight in?
Straight in.
Can I get a courgette on first?
You can get one courgette on first.
Pop that. There. Okay, go on then, fire away.
I put two questions together because they kind of go. So,
okay.
Would you consider life in a marina? And just out of interest, why a permanent mooring and not cruising?
Okay, it's a good question. First part of it, life in a marina, I don't think it's for me. When we've had like work done on the boat and stuff, waiting to go into like the dry dock, we've been in a marina. And what I don't like about it is that you are like sardined in amongst other boats. As soon as you open up your curtains, you're looking straight into the window of somebody else's boat. It's not really for me, that. But the one thing I would say about marina living is it's really handy if you've got like water included and if you've got electric hookup. So there's definitely advantages for being in a marina if you were to choose it, but for me, I like the kind of the open space of mooring on the canal.
And so why do we have a permanent mooring and not continuously cruise?
Because we're lazy. We continuously cruise for like 2.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
In that like weird bit after like the COVID-y lockdowns, Well, probably before COVID, wasn't it? We cruised for a little bit,
It was before COVID and then COVID
and then COVID hit, and it all got a bit weird. And then after the lockdowns kind of lifted, work started picking up, and I was having to spend like a lot of weekends leaving the boat and then having to go to Kent to go and present a radio show on a radio station I was working over there, and I was getting more and more work, and it was becoming more difficult to like keep up with our continuous cruiser license where you have to move the boat every 2 weeks. And we happened to go through this little village, and we really fell in love with it, and there happened to be a permanent mooring there, and we just...
It's lucky actually, wasn't it?
Yeah, we went for it, and everything kind of fell into place. Once we got that permanent mooring, you then start slowly putting in routes, don't you?
Yeah, it's the advantage of feeling like you've got a settled place.
Yeah.
I miss cruising so much.
Yeah.
But without having a permanent base, we wouldn't be able to have our allotments.
Yeah.
And your bees.
Yeah.
So we're at the minute happy being permanent moorers.
Happy being permanent moorers.
With the freedom to go cruising when we want to go cruising.
Yeah, and also it's been quite a busy year. You know, some things have happened. And just not having to worry about moving the boat every 2 weeks to a new location. It's quite nice having the permanent spot, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, and also the other thing with our boat is fully solar powered, and we're trying to go for as long as we can without having to get a generator. This winter we might have to see how we get on with like our power consumption. So the plan all along is really to have like summertime to go off and cruise and be like proper fair weather boaters, because obviously we can recharge from the sun, and then winter just have the permanent space because we actually wouldn't be able to move the boat because our electric motor just wouldn't be able to recharge and stuff. So yeah, there is kind of like a bit of a logical reason for it as well. Do you want me to ask you a question?
Yeah.
So, okay, this is from Jeannie, who asked this question on Instagram. What is the transition to family life to 3 been like?
Firstly, I would say it's a transition to family life as 4, obviously. Poor little Tills. It's been an incredible journey. Everyone says parenthood is rewarding, and it is really rewarding. Really hard work.
I feel like there's a but coming.
It's a whole mad roller coaster of emotions and a whole mad roller coaster of changes to life. But it's been incredible. And it now feels, Joe is now 8 months, and it's flown by, but equally feels like you can't really remember life without him because he's now here and our every day evolves around Joe. Just fair to say. What?
Hey?
What have you found? Oh, straighten it up.
Being on the boat is great, it's beautiful and it's lovely, and it feels like a really rewarding lifestyle that we can give Joe, but also it is such a small space, and I think when he was first around, when he was a newborn, and just adapting to all of that change.
Yeah, that's the biggest adjustment.
It was just really difficult.
Trying to get used to a tiny space with another tiny person.
Yeah.
That's it's a big adjustment.
And like with a boat, you just can't really get away, and sometimes you need to go and get some sleep or whatever, and there's not really anywhere you can hide away in a boat, you know? When
it's the winter and you have to stay in the boat, whereas now, this is...
Yeah, now you can just go for a walk.
This is like what we have on the boat. I think we've answered that one.
Yeah.
We answered that one?
I think so.
Alright, your turn. Susan Fryer says, I liked your last Q&A. My question is, what are you most looking forward to growing, or what food do you most want to not have to purchase at the supermarkets? And then also, Freezerbird says, I really enjoy watching you make lovely food, so please can I have more of that?
Well, that's really nice, isn't it? That's really, really lovely.
I think I can answer this for you.
Go on then.
Purple sprouting.
Yeah. I think everything. That's a really like non-answer, isn't it?
You have to choose one.
Okay, food we're most looking forward to growing. Actually, I would say purple sprouting is not my favourite veg. I think it's great. I absolutely love it. But the one thing which I don't think you can beat is a homegrown tomato, because the tomatoes that you get in the UK are the ones you get in the supermarket are just naff. and you get them all year round, and I just,
Yeah,
you
they
know,
have no flavour.
they've got no flavour, they're really watery. So yeah, I'd say tomatoes. Because there's nothing better than like homegrown tomatoes, a homegrown tomato salad, you know, with like some really lovely fresh mozzarella and homegrown basil and just that. I mean, you can't beat that. Good olive oil. Yeah,
Delicious.
that. So yeah, that.
Will you, or will we be
Tills.
doing more foodie content?
I hope we're going to do more foodie content. If I'm honest with you, like, I really love cooking, and I think it's because it's like such a personal thing, and like I really, you know, I get quite involved in it. I then get quite nervous to share it. So yeah, if that's what you want, then we can do more foodie content. But
Yeah. Your food is wonderful.
it's
Even
like,
Joe's enjoying these plain potatoes.
oh, this is good, and we get this one a lot actually. Hi there.
Hi.
I was interested in knowing what you do/did for work. I could have sworn that I have seen Gabby in some sort of IKEA advertising pictures inside stores. Was it you?
It was me. It was the weirdest day going to IKEA and standing next to the picture of me. We had this really cool opportunity a couple of years ago, maybe
It's probably about 3 years ago now.
3 years ago, where on our last boat they wanted to use us and the boat for an IKEA advert.
Yeah.
For like rituals, because they were talking about how you make everyday things into rituals and it means more. So we were doing a advertisement with them for coffee, because we love coffee, and how we make that into a ritual every day. They came and filmed with us, did a little video for
Their website.
The website and around the world, which was a bit scary.
Yeah.
But then took pictures, which they didn't tell us we're going to go in the stores. So then when we went to IKEA and I was there on this big poster, it was very bizarre.
It was weird because when they came and filmed with us and did the photos, they did like 1 minute with me, and the rest of the day was all with you, and
Strange.
all of the modelling pictures all with Gabby, and I don't know why, I couldn't work it
That
out.
was a nice part of you and Tilly running down the towpath.
Yeah, that was the one shot they used.
To answer the question, I'm not an IKEA model or anything like that. I used to work in TV production. I was a TV producer. Stopped just before we had Joe.
Yeah.
Jack worked in radio and was a radio presenter. And now we
Essentially,
content creating.
yeah, which is a horrible
That's
phrase.
not a nice name for.
I don't know. Yeah, so I still work in radio a little bit, so I record radio shows from our boat and they get sent to radio stations in other countries, which is really cool. I think that's fascinating to actually be able to do that.
That is cool.
As long as I've got an internet connection I can work. But kind of the beauty of boat life is that we've been able to minimise our costs. And so yeah, I say that we've taken a little bit of a step back from work, or just kind of like change that life-work balance more to like providing more for ourselves, more in the way of life rather than like our professions. And we work a lot actually on like building this YouTube channel and building our Instagram, and you know, like creating content. It takes a really long time. Like these videos probably take us like the best part of 3 days to put together, which
Yeah.
you wouldn't think when you watch them back. You're like, oh, this must take half an hour or whatever. It's a lot of work. It's great if if we can make it work. Then what an amazing way to like live our life. So yeah, we're I'd say in like a transition phase from like
Yes.
our
Previous
past
jobs
lives,
to
our past lives into
this.
hopefully, if we could make it work. Where's your hat?
Right, Jewel Russell and First Sui Generous, that
Yeah,
might not be how you pronounce it, I'm sorry, says, how and where did you meet?
we met at university in Leeds.
In 2010.
Was it 2010?
2010.
Jesus, so old.
10 years ago.
So old.
In the first year of university you get put in accommodation,
Yeah.
and we were put in the same flat.
Yeah, you like lived opposite me.
We were friends first.
Friends first for like 2 years, and then hooked up.
And then here we are.
And here we are with this thing.
That feels like so long ago, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Some people's hair is still just as terrible as it was back then.
Right, we get asked this question
Yeah.
all the time in comments. Right, you ready?
Yeah.
A cheeky question from my husband, says
Yeah.
Anne Clark.
Yeah.
When are you going to do some more work on the boat? He asks me every week, and someone else said the same question.
It's a fair question. I'll just pop him on you because there's a bit of smoke wafting towards us over here. To be honest with you, it's been quite a busy year.
Yes.
And trying
Rather
to
preoccupied.
trying to negotiate like our timings around, you know, him and work and just everything else. Yeah, it has been quite a lot. So really the plan for like the next, well, before the end of summer, we need to get like hot running water. Would be a nice little treat to get done. Our window frames are getting made by a brilliant carpenter friend.
Which should be installed probably next time we're back on the boat.
Yeah, so we can't wait to show you that. So as soon as those things start happening, then it will really start coming together. But yeah, it's been quite a relentless 12
we've
months.
been busy, alright?
We've been really, really busy. So yeah, we will get around to doing it. But also on like another note as well, we budgeted like a certain amount for the boat build. And like my only bit of advice is if you're gonna do it yourself, like work out an estimate and then double it and add a little bit more, because
I think it's like triple it.
yeah, it is. You know, it has got very, very expensive. And both Gabby and I are self-employed, and you know, Joe coming along was a bit of a surprise, wasn't it? And so the money which we had tucked away for like the boat build, we've had to kind of move around a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna have to like build up the war chest a little bit and then do a little bit more work and then build it up again. But I mean, at the moment the boat is very, very livable and kind of happy, but hot water would be nice.
Hot water would be lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a tap in the kitchen maybe.
Oh yeah, tap in the kitchen. And maybe finish off the bathroom a bit more.
Are there any mushrooms they're just like snacking on now?
No, there's no mushrooms just to snack on now. Ooh, they're looking good. We're doing like a veg patch fry up, which we were meant to have for breakfast, but for some, the day has just disappeared and it's now like, it's 6:30. That's incredibly late even by our standards, you know? If you had to do anything over on the layout of the boat, what would it be? And how did having little Joe change your plans for the boat? I'll be 2 seconds.
When we found out I was pregnant, that did change our plans for the boat at the time. So what was going to be the office, we thought was going to become Joe's bedroom, and we had to put a washing machine in, which we weren't originally planning in our plans, which caused a little bit of a hoo-ha, but it was fine. So we've got the washing machine in, and the bedroom, which was going to be Joe's bedroom, we have since gone back on that again. So the office is remaining as an office, apart from a few doors for his stuff. And we've put a space saver cot, which I did not know existed, in our bedroom. So now he doesn't have his own bedroom, he shares with us. It's going to be a very flexible moving situations as Joe gets bigger. I think he might need his own room.
Yeah.
And he might then get the office, but at the minute...
And it'd be quite nice, you know, occasionally to have him not in our room.
Yeah.
And, you know, when you're in any boat, spaces have to double up, don't they? They have to be used as one thing and then be able to be transformed and used as something else. If we were to go back to that, so I mean, I don't know if you said, but like the original, you know, the original concept was to kind of just build the boat for the lifestyle that we wanted at that time, and then obviously everything changed.
Now we've got Joe. Probably the office could be a little bit bigger for when it becomes his bedroom, and the bathroom could be quite a bit smaller for the size of the boat.
We've googled like the average height of a child at various ages to work out like how long that we've got.
I think he's fine till he's like 9.
Yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, we probably would have made the bathroom a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
And then made that middle room a bit bigger.
But also, just very quickly, it's quite daunting when you have a completely empty shell of a boat.
Yeah.
Try and work out how big you want each room. That was so hard.
Where's the wall going to be? Yeah, it's just wandering around a lot with a tape measure.
Yeah, but that looks about right.
And masking tape to try and like put
Yeah.
on the floor and like mark out right. So you're going to be in the kitchen now.
I think the layout of the boat really does work for us.
It works for us, and you know it's a nice layout for a boat which you can work from. You can have a really nice big bed, because often like the beds on boats are really small and one of you has to sleep like
That's so
crushed
true.
against the wall. So yeah, I do like the layout
yeah.
of her. And she's got a nice flow going through with like the walk-through bathroom I really like. 'Cause
Yes.
on Flora, our previous boat, it was like the bathroom was like this tiny little cubby hole off to one side.
Yeah, that was
And it was just
nice.
really unpleasant being in there. So that's kind of why we then did the opposite and made this bathroom really big. I'm proud of how it's coming along. I think it's coming along really nicely. I do like the flow of the boat. She's got a really lovely flow.
Yeah, open plan is us.
Yeah, it really is. Right. Emmy Lou says, hello.
Hello.
I'm hoping to buy my first liveaboard in the next year or two, and I'd love to know what cleaning and bathing products are better to use, especially ones that will be emptied into the canal, i.e. grey water. So just in case you don't know, the way that like grey water works on narrowboats is you drain straight into the canal. So like your toilet waste, your loo, your black water,
I don't know.
that gets kept in a tank and you empty that at like various points, or you have a compost loo like we do. But your grey water, so like your dishwater and your bath water and all that kind of stuff, that goes
everything.
straight overboard and straight into the canal.
So, yeah, you have to be careful what you use. We do a mixture actually, making our own cleaning products and buying like natural brands, natural word. So we use e-cover for washing up liquids and our laundry, as well as small actually we use. And we also make a lot of our own things. So we use Castile soap, which I used to make Joe's body wash in the last episode. So Castile soap is like a blend of natural oils, and that is okay to go in the canal.
There's so many natural cleaning products that you can use. You know, we use a lot of white vinegar.
Yeah, and lemon juice.
And lemon juice, and you know, a really good tip actually to make your own, like to make white vinegar smell a little bit nicer and use it like a household cleaner. If you ever juice a lemon or juice an orange or whatever, pop it into a jam jar and just keep it topped up with white vinegar, and then slowly the white vinegar will take on that orange scent.
Yeah.
And you can then use that as just like a cleaning spray around the home.
Basically, I would say Castile soap, white vinegar and lemons, and you're away.
Yeah, and something which we are going to have on our website when we get that sorted soon is we will have like a little guide to like making your own natural cleaning products, and you know, like the body wash that you made for Joe, and so yeah, hope that helps. Hope that helps.
You've got one last question, but I'm throwing in a bonus one because it goes with what we just asked.
Right.
Sean James Cameron says, when is your website live? Because we have been mentioning it for quite a while.
We have, haven't we? We have. It's on the list.
It's nearly ready. It's looking really good.
It's looking really good. I am one of those people that I get quite caught up in.
You're a perfectionist, I would say.
Yeah, and unless I think it's like bang on, I then will have a tantrum and throw my toys out of the pram and be like, that's rubbish. That's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. I can't possibly go, and then I have to start again from square one. I'm a nightmare to work with.
I think that's fair.
But I mean, the other thing I'd say is that we do everything ourselves. So like, you know, these videos and editing it and filming it, and like doing photos for Insta and stuff, and we're always learning as we go. We're not experts with any of this stuff. We're literally just stumbling on through. So yeah, it's on the list of things that need sorting. Definitely by the start of September.
From 104 Jules, who says, what music artist do y'all listen to? Sending love from Utah.
Utah. Should I say Utah Saints?
Probably.
My taste in music is really eclectic. And as I said earlier, like my background is in radio, so like I love music. Like anyone from like the Rolling Stones to David Bowie. I've got quite into jazz recently, which Gabby is hating.
It's so annoying.
Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong.
I like some jazz, but it's when it's just up and down, not put together noise. I cannot get on board with it.
Right, let us know in the comments, jazz fan or jazz not fan. Anyway, so yeah, and then I'm also like really into classical music. That's been like a new thing which I've discovered over the last like, I don't know, 2 years, I suppose. So,
yeah, we listen to a lot of classical.
Listen to a lot of like contemporary classical. So there's an artist I'd really recommend. If you like Ludovici Einaudi, listen to an artist called Poppy Ackroyd. Absolutely stunning composition. She does a lot of piano work, and it's beautiful. And then I like a lot of folk music as well. So an artist I'd also give a massive shout out to is Johnny Flynn, who, if you are in the UK and you've watched a TV show called Detectorists, he wrote and sings the theme tune to that, and his music is beautiful. But I like all sorts of music. Frank Turner, another artist. Yeah, just like, yeah. Go on, you should answer this one as well.
Oh, A Big Thief are like my favourite.
Yeah. Really cheery.
I like down depressing music. James Blunt, Guilty Pleasure. Love James Blunt.
Yeah.
And The Big Moon.
Oh yeah. A lot of indie sort of music as well. We're quite into, aren't we? So yeah, we're
Good mix.
Yeah, Shania Twain, obviously.
Oh my goodness.
That goes without saying. This is probably a good one to finish on. Do you think you will still be on the narrowboat in 10 years' time?
10 years?
Yeah.
That's a tricky question, Eric. 10 years is quite a long time. Oh gosh, I don't know. In all honesty, I think we won't be on the current boat in 10 years. I think we will have outgrown it.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll be on another boat. I think if we're going to be on another boat, we'll probably be on a wide beam, because 3 humans seems a lot, and I know people do it, and there's lots of lovely families on the waterways that can manage a narrowboat. We might. I'm not really answering the question.
You're not answering. It sounds.
Oh, in 10
Erica,
years.
what I will say is that I think probably, I don't want to speak for other people, but I think people that live on boats, you go in peaks and troughs all the time, don't you?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Where like some days you look at it and you're just like, I can't imagine living any other way. This is such a beautiful lifestyle, and the community is incredible, and the nature and just, you know, the slower way of life, the simple way of life that it is, it suits us down to the ground. And it's really hard to access that lifestyle in the UK unless you've got millions of pounds to go and buy a cabin in the middle of nowhere. You just can't do it, really.
No.
But then also the other side of that is, I think a lot of people, I mean, this winter we've just went through was really, really tough, and there's a lot of people which we've spoken to have been like, not doing it again, that's my last year.
Yeah.
Because it just rained like every day, and it's so demoralising. I know for anybody that lives in the countryside or even in the city, when it rains all the time, it's demoralising. But when
and we're still lucky to be able to get out, you know, you have the country on your doorstep.
Yeah. But when you're like
bring that rain in.
Traipsing in and out of rain all the time, and like taking Tilly out and she's covered in mud, it just, I don't know, it ground us down quite a bit this winter. So yeah, I mean,
I think it's a wanting to say yes to living on the boats forever, because it's such a special way of life.
It is a special way.
And whenever we come home to the water, you walk over the bridge, you get to the canal, and I have this huge sense of like relief and satisfaction and serenity.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want to lose that. So I can't imagine moving off the water. But 10 years is a very long time.
Yeah. And also I think we've got like, one day we want to start a little small holding, and properly, I don't know, go into like, my big ambition is to try and do like a fully self-sufficient year, and try and like grow our own food, and you know the TV show The Good Life, basically recreate that.
Yeah.
But again,
properly, like doing our own fermented foods to last you through the winter, and all
and
homebrewed.
And try and keep like, you know, chickens and all of this. But obviously that requires like a lot of money to be able to do that. So I mean, who knows? Who knows? I think you're right. I don't think we'll be on this boat in 10 years. If we were to be on the boat still, which is not, you know,
it's not
unlikely. Yeah, be a wide beam. Or a big Dutch barge, actually. A big Dutch barge would be cool.
Yeah, we like Dutch barge.
Yeah. Or let's just learn how to sail and we'll go to the Caribbean. Just throwing it out there as an idea, see how the opinion go.
Look at my face back in the edit and
You know?
get the answer.
Just see.
Tilly, it would be too hot for Tilly.
It would do hot to us. I've got a bit used to doing it recently. Silly purchase, weren't they? They're horrible. Yeah, the allotment fryer with Richmond processed sausages. Veggie processed sausages. There we go. One veggie allotment fryer.
That looks delicious. I mean?
Right, fire pit, little veggie fry up. He's excited. Thank you for sending in all of those questions. There's some really, really good ones, and I really enjoyed doing this Q&A. It was really, really good fun. So yeah, thank you for getting involved in that, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. What are you enjoying that beam? Are you? If you did, if you could tap subscribe and come along with the channel, that would be absolutely amazing. And if you fancy watching another video next, and I think something should be popping up on the screen now, which I would highly recommend. But yeah, thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. Back on board.
Bye.
Bye.